Hi everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing another solo playthrough of Street Masters, Tyler the Dragon expansion. I have this set up. I'll be using the only miniature that's on the board right now for Jirou, um, which is the fighter deck I will be playing. Jirou has 18 health. It's going to do some kicks. It's got exhaust action and improvise. And I will start with 3 defense tokens on him. I'm up against Train, 22 health, and also during setup, I had to search the deck for Inhuman Resolve, so that's currently out as a tactic in the enemy area. And then they also gain one of each type of defense token. The stage is sky high, and I've already found the objective that's currently out and inactive right here. And I think we'll just dive right in. So for their turn, we have the threat phase. I'm gonna draw and resolve 1 enemy card. All right, so last mistake. Each minion attacks a fighter engaged with them, if able. If no fighters suffer damage this way, place 1 power on train. All right, so I don't have any minions engaged with me right now. So no damage was suffered. So I get to place 1 power on train. All right, 1 power. And then it's my act phase. Oh, I need to draw my 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I have Make My Own Luck, Makeshift Restraints, Sticky Fingers, and 4-Legged Fastball. I think I'll probably try to make my way to, um, I guess, Train and try to get some initial damage before he gets too many defense tokens on him. I'll probably do a card step. So Makeshift Restraints is a pretty good one. It's going to be a grapple attack. So it says attack 2. Before this attack, you may gain up to 1 of each type of defense token from the target. So yeah, I'll do that. Okay. And so I will roll 2 dice. And I have to remember it's a grapple. In my previous playthroughs, I did not do a good job at remembering that for all my cards. But yeah, let's roll the 2 dice. All right, we got 2 hits, so they'll take 2 damage. I'll track it with dice. Okay. And then this will go into the discard. My discard, goodness. Okay. And then after that, I will probably, well, gosh, I needed to move first. So I'll move my 3 spaces. So I did a move step, a card step, and now I can potentially do an action step. Um, I will exhaust to draw a card. We have Make My Own Luck. All right. And then I think I'll still use the action on the card. An attack as well since I'm still there. Attack with 2. This will be a kick. You may discard 1 card to resolve the improvise effect of a card you control or gain 2 power. Yeah, I think I'll discard. Well, let's first do the attack. Let's do everything in order. All right, so we have a critical, so we'll go ahead and roll 1 more die. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 2 more damage here. So a total of 4 damage on train. Then we get a shield. Since this was a kick attack, I will gain a kick defense token. All right. And so that was the action. I'll finish off by, yes, discarding. Make My Own Luck. It's a unique card. I already have one in my hand, so it's okay to just discard, I think. And so now I'll be able to either discard 2 power to draw a loot card or gain 2 power. I'll go ahead and gain 2 power. All right. And I'll keep my hand kind of out of frame here so it doesn't get confused with what's in play. But now we go to the react phase. We don't have anything in our threat area, so we'll just skip that and we'll just draw our card and flip the the face card. So then we have bottle service and attack punch card. Okay. Enemy turn. So we'll activate the enemy play area. So train attacks. So he will attack me, rolling 4 of their dice. All right, so let's see. That's going to be 2 grapple and 2 punches, and I will block each of those. So I do have a total of 6 power right now. Immediately, I will spend those and flip over a Jirou. And I think I lose all my tokens when I do that. Let me just double check that. I tend to forget these little walls. So when I charge up, that's what I'm trying to figure out what happens. Charge, signature. Okay, so probably here. All right. So it looks like I do retain it. It says immediately discard a number of power tokens, flip to his charged side. It's considered charged. Fighters can retain any extra power they have when they become charged. If after flipping back to their charging side, a fighter has enough energy to become charged again, immediately resolve that effect. Okay, sounds good. So we'll flip, and they'll still have the 3 kick defense tokens. All right. And then after that, we have Inhuman Resolve activating. If there's at least 3 power on train, he discards each power. They don't, so otherwise, train gains 1 random defense token for each power. So they'll roll 1 of these. They have 1 power, so they'll just roll 1, and it is a punch. Okay. So now it's the stage turn. We activate the stage. So this activate says the boss moves 4 spaces toward the nearest inactive object. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's heading towards this one, which is the only inactive object on the map right now. And then the boss flips an inactive objective within 1 space of them. So currently nothing happens there. We'll draw the next stage card. It's another objective. Great. So we'll place the green one out. And that is actually all the way over here, which is good. Okay, and then now it's my turn. It's pretty quick, right? So threat phase, we get to draw and resolve 1 of these. Actually, we get to refresh our card, which maybe I should have not have refreshed it previously when I charged it. But anyway, Reina, our first minion. Okay, so let's find Reina. And then it's gonna spawn in the nearest spawn area. Ooh, it's right here. Very close to me. Okay. So it comes in with 2 kick and 1 grapple. Has 5 health. All right, and now it's our act phase. I guess I could take care of Reina, possibly. Choose a fighter. Ooh, the 4-legged fastball looks really good. So I'm gonna do my move. I'll move 1, and then I'll play my card. So I'll do a card step. 4-legged fastball is gonna be a kick attack. I'll roll 2 dice, attack with 2, then attack 1 an enemy up to 4 spaces away from you. So I'm assuming I could still attack the one I just attacked. It didn't say to choose a different enemy. But I could also potentially choose train as well. So we'll see. All right. Ooh, 1 critical. Just roll 1 more. Okay. A guard. All right. So we'll get 2 hits onto Reina. This is a kick, and it had 2 kicks already, so it's just gonna block those. And then I'll gain a guard for the kick. All right. And then I get to roll 1, and I think I'll go ahead and target Reina, because again, the wording does not say that it can't be the same enemy I dealt damage to. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so 1 damage to Reina. Use a die to track that. All right, so that was my card. I do get to do an action now. I could do Jirou's action, attack 3, and resolve the improvised effect of each card you control, and then flip the card. So I'll go ahead and attack. I'm only adjacent to Reina, so I can roll 3 here. All right, so we have 1 critical, so we'll roll 1 more. All right, so we got everything we needed, 4 damage and 1 guard. So this is going to be a kick attack, so I'll gain another kick defense. And then 4 damage will finish off Reina. So Reina is now off the map. And I'll gain a loot card for defeating her, which is awesome. And we'll discard her card. Draw loot. Our first loot. Let's see what we get. A 2/4. On your turn, you may discard this card to deal 2 direct damage to an enemy within 2 spaces of you. That's pretty neat. Sure. All right. And then let's see what we're going to do. I think that's about all we can do. We have to remember Jirou has an improvise. So I attacked with 3 dice, resolve the improvised effect of each card you control. Right now it's just Jirou. Improvise, draw a loot card. So I'll draw another one. Throwing daggers. Place 3 power on this card. During your turn, you may discard 1 power from this card to deal 1 direct damage to an enemy within 5 spaces of you. Ooh. And then discard if it has no power on it. That's pretty neat. Let me see where the best place to place this would be. Maybe just right here in my little player area. And then I'll flip this card. So let's place the 3 power here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that should be pretty helpful. All right. We're going to go to the react phase, nothing here. And then we draw a card. A sticky fingers. All right. So now we go into the enemy turn. They're going to activate. So train will attack, but unfortunately I'm not next to him, so they will place a power on the card. And Inhuman Resolve, there's not 3 powers, so right now we're just gonna give it 2 random defense tokens. One's a grapple, one's a punch. Okay. And now we move on to the stage. Activate. The boss moves 4 spaces toward the nearest. So 1, 2, 3. So right here, it's going to be right near it. And then it'll be now on the active side. We will actually lose this game if there are 3 active objectives. So right now, one of them is. It'll probably go towards this one on the next round. All right, so now we'll just draw. Dove's event. Each figure is dealt 2 general damage. If a minion is defeated this way, a loot card is not drawn. Okay, so 2 general damage, all figures. So that means we're up to 6 for the boss. And then we take our first 2 damage here. Oh, it's general damage, actually. So I think it ends up being blocked. And I will choose to have it blocked by these 2. And then we'll just get 2 of these into power. Okay. All right. And then it says, then flip an inactive objective token to its active side. Huh. Okay. So that means we'll flip this one over. That's not good. So now they have 2 of them that's active right now. Okay. So now it's back to us. You know what? I forgot to exhaust Jirou to draw a card. So I'm just going to do that as if I did it last turn. So I'm going to exhaust and draw a card. Make my own luck. Okay. And I hope that's right. If that's not correct because I had flipped him over and now draw a card is available, I think I can do that. since I didn't do it already. Um, anyway, so it is my turn. Threat phase. We'll go ahead and draw an enemy card. Oh, a big dragon minion comes in. So we'll grab big dragon. It comes in right next to me, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, because then I can move away right after. It comes in with 1 punch. And then 3 grapple. Wow. 1, 2, 3. And then it's our turn. So I have to remember I do have a 2x4. And throwing daggers. So I could completely get rid of it without using actions or a card. Also throwing daggers, I could deal 1 damage as well. So something to keep in mind. So we have 2 sticky fingers and 2 make my own luck. I think so big dragon only has 4 health and can't do a punch. Already has a punch. If I could just do an attack here with Jirou and then maybe finish him off with my loot, then I think that could be helpful. So I'll use my action on Jirou and attack with 2. Engage with big dragon. So I'll do that. All right, and then we get to roll 1 more. All right. Okay, so total is 3 damage, which is awesome. Onto big dragon here. And then I could discard 1 card to resolve the improvise effect of a card I control, and I'll go ahead and do that. I have 2 make my own lucks, and again, that's a unique card. So I'll discard that and do my gain 2 power. I'll gain 2 power. So I have 4 power right now. And then I will use throwing daggers to just finish off big dragon. So throwing daggers will be using 1 power from the card to deal 1 direct damage, and it's gonna go to big dragon. Gonna kill big dragon. Okay. And then after that, I can still do a move. Actually, I get a loot for killing big dragon. So let's do that. See what we got. Ooh, coins. Anytime you may discard this card to gain 1 power for each enemy in your threat area. That could be useful too. All right, so yeah, now I could potentially move, but I think I'll move on to the loot. All right, and then so I'll gain a loot. Roast duck. During your turn, you may discard this card to heal 2 damage from any fighter. Nice. Gonna just like stack these a little bit just to conserve some space. Okay. All right, and then what's left is I could play a card, but I'm not sure I will. Choose a fighter to draw a loot card, then resolve the improvise effect of a card you control. I could play Sticky Fingers, I guess. I'll have another loot card if I do. Or I could just play a tactic and draw and play this down. So I think I will. I'll do that. And I'm going to exhaust this to draw a card. So exhaust and exhaust. I'll draw 2 cards. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we've got. That's our turn. Uh, react phase. We don't have anything in our threat. Draw 1 card and flip this. So we draw a bottle service. All right, enemy turn, they're going to activate. So train is actually not near me at all. So they're gonna gain a power. So they have 3 now. Inhuman resolve. So we'll discard 3 power to deal each fighter 3 general damage. So general damage, I'll block with these 3. And now that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll discard 6 of them to charge Jirou. Okay. And then that is it for the enemy turn. Stage turn. The boss moves 4 spaces. It's not going to move anywhere at this point because there's no inactive object. We'll draw the stage card. Reinforcements. Each figure within 3 spaces of the helicopter moves 2 spaces away. So I'm currently not near it. 1, 2, 3. But I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think they're here. So I get to move them away. 1, 2, 3. Moves 2 spaces. I'll move it here. Okay. Then each fighter searches the enemy deck or discard pile for a minion card and draws it. Ugh, okay. I have to search for a minion deck. Let's choose one with low health. Let's do Big Dragon. Okay, and then we're gonna shuffle. So Big Dragon is now engaged with me, unfortunately. And then they come in with 1 punch and 3 grapple. All right. And then after that, I'm gonna flip and take my turn. All right, so we'll draw one of these. Actually, didn't we just do that? Sorry, I had to pause for a bit. I'm just trying to collect myself. Each figure within 3 moves. Scar. Yeah, no, I think we just did that. Wait, was that a stage card? Oh, wait, that was a stage card. Never mind. All right, so we're drawing the enemy card. Body of Steel. All right, it's a tactic. Act phase. Just ready everything. So what we can do is something similar. I'll do an action targeting Big Dragon. All right, so this is a little tilted, so let's just reroll this. All right, so 2 damage and a guard, so we'll get a kick. 2 damage, and it's going to be a kick, and they don't have any, so they'll just take the 2 damage there. And then I'm actually going to use a 2x4 and do 2 direct damage, which means they'll take out Big Dragon. All right. Go. I hope I'm playing right. The Big Dragon is dead. I gain a loot. Kung Fu Tea. During your turn, discard this card to play a card. Okay. Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna exhaust. Actually, since I used this, I could resolve the improvise of each card I control, so I draw another loot card. Oh, egg tart. Yum. Anytime you may discard this card to move up to 3 spaces. Cool. And then this has an improvise, gain 2 random defense tokens. So random means I have to roll, I think. I'll gain a kick and a punch. Okay. And then I have to flip over this. All right. Okay. And then I'll exhaust to draw a card. 10 speed. And now exhaust to draw a card here. So all I've done so far was an action. As far as the act phase is concerned, I could play a card. Which I really think I need to start moving. So let's move. 1, 2, 3. And then could put a 10 speed out. And maybe I should have played the card first. This way I could have done the improvise, which is move up to 2 spaces, but poor planning on my part. Okay. So I can exhaust, gain a defense token of my choice. I'll go ahead and gain a grapple. Might as well. So I think that's all I've got. I moved, I did my action, and then I also did a card step. All right. React phase, nothing to happen, and then we have a draw. Sticky fingers. All right. Let's see if there's anything here. At any time. Anytime you may discard to gain power for each enemy in your area. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. So let's flip, and then enemy will activate. Train will target. So nothing to target right now. It's gonna gain a power though. And they're going to roll 1 to gain a defense token for inhuman resolve. They're gonna get a punch. Oop, punch. And then Body of Steel says if Train has less than 6 defense tokens, he gains 2 random ones. Okay, so he'll roll. He'll gain a kick and a grapple. Now he has a bit of everything. Okay. Stage turn, activate the boss moves. There's no inactive object right now. Just draw a card. Supply drop, it's a gear. Each enemy gains 2 random defense tokens. Let's just do that. All right, they got a grapple and a punch. It's escalating pretty fast. And then attach this card to an enemy with the least health remaining. That's gonna be human. That's gonna be train. Attach enemy gets +1 attack. Oh no. We get to roll an extra dice. Okay. Think that's it. It's our turn now. So we refresh our cards. All right. Then we draw an enemy card. Some minions, Reina. 2 kicks, 1 grapple. All right. And then this one's coming in. The closest looks like it's gonna be this one. I think I might ignore her for now and head towards deactivating this. I'm gonna move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna attack 3 here. Actually, I do want to move an extra move. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll discard Ectart and just move an extra. And now I will target. Okay, I'm actually gonna play cleaning up first. So that's my card step. Before each of your attacks, you may discard 1 card to gain +1. Okay. And then I'm gonna. Oh, I already played a card. Shoot. Okay. So now I have to just do an action. I'll attack with 2 on Jirou's. And then I could discard 1 to resolve the improvise on a card. And I'll probably do that. But let's figure this out. I think I'm gonna target the I'm gonna target train. All right. So it's a kick. I'm gonna just remove 1 here and take 1. 5. And then I will gain a kick since this was a kick attack. And then I could discard to resolve the improvise. I'll do sticky fingers, discard that. And I'll do attack. So I'll roll 1. Ooh, a critical. Let's roll another. Okay, so 2 direct damage. So it's gonna be 7 total on train. Okay. And then I'm going to exhaust to gain a defense token of my choice for 10 speed, and it'll be a grapple. And then draw a card with make my own luck. Okay, cleaning up, and then draw a card with Jirou. All right. And I think right now I will, maybe nothing else. Okay, yeah, nothing else. All right, react phase. So Reina's gonna attack. They're gonna roll 3 of their dice. This enemy advances 3 spaces toward the nearest fighter. Oh, it's not even near me. 1, 2, 3. If this enemy dealt no damage, it gains 1 random defense token. All right. It's got a punch. Okay. Cool. And now the draw phase. We have a 4-legged fastball. Enemy turn. So Train's gonna attack me with 5 dice. So I'm gonna have to roll some of these. I'll track it with tokens. All right, so 2 grapple, 1 punch, 1 kick. Let's do that. 2 grapple, punch, and a kick. And then they roll 1 more with that gear. Okay, it's another punch. All right, so I'll take 1 of the kicks. I'll take a punch, take a damage for the actual one, and then 2 grapples. And I have only 5 left. All right. I have 5 power, is what I was trying to say. And then that was their attack. And then inhuman resolve. Activate. There's at least 3 power. There's not. Otherwise, Train gains 1 random defense token for each power he has. So 1. All right. Gets a punch. And then Body of Steel. If Train has less than 6 defense tokens, he gains 2. So let's see. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6, so we're good there. All right. And next stage turn. This won't do anything, so we'll just draw a card. Aggressive wins. Each fighter may discard up to 4 defense tokens. For each defense token not discarded, that fighter moves 1 space toward the. Oh no. 1, 2. I can move 2, possibly. 1, 2. So just discard 2, which is all I have. All right. Moves 2. Oh man. Okay. I think I have to move 2 into it. So I'll just have to move there, I think. I don't think I could go the long way. And then some rules about the fall space. Each time a figure enters a fall space, roll 2 enemy dice. Okay. If both results match, they suffer 5 direct damage and is moved to an entry space nearest it. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. Okay. So that was the stage. And then now we just go back to our turn. Threat phase will refresh all our cards. And draw and resolve an enemy card. Big dragon. Okay, so it's gonna come in. Where am I? I'm here. So it's gonna come in here. And it comes in with 1 punch. And 3 grapple. Okay. And then it's our turn. There's a lot going on. I feel a little bit overpowered. I just want to try to get the boss. So I'm gonna move 1 as my move. And then going to exhaust to gain a defense token. Actually, you know what? I'm going to discard my coins to gain a power for each enemy near me in my threat area. And there's 2, so I'll gain 2 power. 1, 2. And now that will allow me to spend 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to flip Jirou. And I wonder if I should have exhausted him to use the draw. Anyway, I'm not sure about the timing with some of that stuff. And then attack 3, which is what I'll do to train. Attack 3, resolve the improvised card of each card you control. Ooh, should I play a card first? Cleaning up, I already have, so I can't put that one out. Yeah, nothing else to place, all right. Okay, so 1 crit. Roll 1 more. Okay, a guard. All right, so I get 2 kicks, defense tokens, and then 2 hits onto train. And they don't have any kicks, so they're just gonna get the damage. So 9. And then it says resolve the improvised card of each effect of each you control. So I'll draw a card for Jirou's. This one says gain 2 random defense tokens, a grapple, and a punch. And then this one says move up to 2 spaces. 1, 2, sure. And then this one says attack, dealing direct damage. Well, maybe before moving, I'll do that. Because I think I could do it in any order. All right, another crit. 2. So I'll do 2 to train. All right, there we go. So now I would move 2 spaces. All right. And then I have to flip this card. Okay. And then I think I'll exhaust to draw a card, exhaust to draw a card, and then gain 1 defense token of my choice. It'll be a grapple. All right, and I think I won't do anything else. I have a lot of cards in my hand. I don't think there's a hand limit, which is good. But I think I did everything I could except playing a card. Let's see. Guess flip the table is what I'll play. Choose a fighter to gain 2 defense tokens of their choice. I'll gain a grapple and a punch. And then it says resolve the improvised effect of a card you control. Ooh, that's tough. I will move up to 2 spaces, I think, and I'll move towards the left. 1, 2. Actually, I don't know, because I do want to take down train. That's like my thing. So maybe I will just gain 2 random defense tokens by rolling 2 of these. All right, a punch and a kick. Okay. I think that's it. So now we activate all of these. So Reina, enemy advances 3 spaces towards the nearest fighter. 1, 2, 3. Then attacks the fighter within 2 spaces. So it's gonna attack me. All right, we have punch, punch, kick. So I'll block both of those. Gain those power. And then Big Dragon advances 3 towards the nearest fighter. Just going up 1. And attacks. They roll 4. All right, so 2 grapple, gain those. 1, 2, a kick, and a punch. So that ends up flipping me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. And then that's it for them. And then I'll draw a card. 10 speed. All right. If I ever run out of my deck, I think I die. Let me just double check this. Running out of a deck. If a player must draw, shuffle that deck's discard to. Oh, so I don't lose when that happens? Do I just reshuffle? Maybe it is that easy. I guess what are ways that I can lose the game? It says players will also lose the game if any player is defeated. Yeah, I guess I just shuffle my discard pile. Okay. All right. So that's that. I hope I drew my card. I'm very forgetful right now. Anyway, so the enemy will take their turn. Train will attack, but they're not adjacent to me. I'll place a power on their card. Inhuman resolve says if there's at least 3 power. I think there's just 2. Yeah, so they're gonna just gain some defense tokens. All right, a grapple and a punch. Then this one, if they have 6 or less defense, they have plenty, so we're good. All right. Next is stage. Activate. Nope, they won't do that. And then aggressive wins. Ugh, okay, again. Each fighter may discard up to 4 defense tokens. I only have 2. Yeah. So let's do that. 1, 2. And then I'm gonna move 1, 2 to the nearest. So I didn't quite get there, luckily. And then it's my turn. So I refresh everything. And then I draw an enemy card. Goliath. Oh my gosh. It's gonna come in right here. 1, 2, and then 2 grapples. All right. While engaged, I'm fighting right now. Okay, so I have to attack them if I'm engaged with them. Okay, so currently not engaged with me. There's stuff in between, but let me try to attack Jirou. So cleaning up, I will discard a card. I'm gonna discard cleaning up, and then I'll use the action attack on Jirou. So that's gonna be 3 plus the 1 for cleaning up to roll. Targeting train. All right, 1, 2, and then two guards, and there's gonna be kicks. They're gonna take 2 damage for the kicks. They're at 13 damage. And then I get to resolve the improvise effect of each card I control. Then I flip the card. So improvise, draw a loot card for Jirou. Kung Fu Tea, during your turn, discard this. Oh, I have another one. Okay. And then this is gain 2 random defense tokens. Sure. A kick and a grapple. This is a number 5. I don't need the number 5. And then a kick. All right. And then this one says move up to 2 spaces. This one says attack dealing direct damage. I'll attack first and then I'll move. Okay, I get a guard. So I guess I get to choose because it wasn't really an attack with a card. Gain a grapple. And let's see. I'll do the move up to 2 spaces thing. 1, 2. So I did my action. I didn't play a card yet, but I also didn't move. So I'm gonna move. 1, 2, 3. And then before my move, I'm actually gonna go back 1, 2, 3. Before my move, I'm going to play a card, an attack card. It's gonna be a 4-legged fastball because I don't think I played a card yet. And before each of my attacks, I could discard a card to do more. So I will discard a cleaning up. This is gonna be rolling 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is a kick. It doesn't have any, so it's gonna get 4 total here on this die. All right, and then 2 guards means 2 kicks for me. And then it says then attack an enemy up to 4 spaces away, dealing general damage. I guess I'd deal it to Goliath. It's just gonna be general damage though, so let's see what I roll. 1. So I'm gonna choose they'll just take this one away. Okay. Yeah, so that was my card. And I'll exhaust to draw a card. 10 speed. And then exhaust to gain a defense token of my choice. It'll be a kick. Actually, no. It'll be a punch. Nothing else I can do here. I'll do my react phase. So Reina will advance. Okay. Let's go into attack, rolling 3 dice. Okay, 1, 2. 1 kick. They're gonna hit me for 1. And then wait, no, they're not gonna hit me for 1. Sorry, so it's gonna be 2. Yeah, I thought they got me for the punch, but it's actually 2 grapples. That was in my hand because I thought I took it away. Anyway, but now these will be flipped and now a kick will be flipped. Let's see. And also this should be flipped over at this point. Forgot about that. Okay. So that's gonna be 5 here. So that was, they didn't end up doing damage, so they'll gain a random defense token. Punch. And then big dragon, they'll advance 3 to their nearest. I think they can go over loot, so go ahead and do that. So now, oh wait, it's big dragon, sorry. So big dragon doesn't need to move, they're just gonna attack me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 kicks. And a punch, which is all I had. So I will remove 6 power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to flip. Now he's charged. Okay. And no damage was dealt. It gains 1 random defense token. Punch. And then Goliath will go This enemy moves 3 spaces toward the boss and then attacks each fighter within 2 spaces. So it's already near the boss, so I think we're good. All right, so that is it. We'll draw a card from our deck. Four-legged fastball. Enemy turn. All right, so they're gonna attack me because I didn't end up moving. Oh, wait. I guess I should have moved. Did I move yet? Can't remember. I don't recall. Oh well. It's gonna roll 4 plus the 1. That's gonna be 2 punches, throw 3 punches. Let's track that. 3 punches and a kick. And then they'll roll 1 more die. All right, a grapple. So, gonna take a bunch of damage here, I think. So I have 1 kick, which will cancel, become a power. And then I'm taking 4. 4. So I'm at 5 damage. Okay, so that's train. And if there is at least 3 power, there's not. So it's going to gain defense tokens. It's going to gain a kick and a punch. And then we have body of steel. Won't do anything there. All right, we have the stage turn. Just draw. Death from above. Each unengaged fighter suffers 2 direct damage. Each engaged minion. So I am an engaged fighter. So I think we're good. But each engaged minion suffers 2 direct damage. So let's do that. I think all but the Goliath. Okay. All right. Now it's my turn. Okay, so threat phase. I'll just refresh all my cards. And then draw. Big dragon, big dragon. Okay. So they're gonna come in here. Ooh, where will they go though? Because the entry point is here. I guess they'll have to go here. I'm like surrounded. This will be 1 punch and 3 grapple. And I'm hoping I'm doing all of this correctly this time around. All right, now it's my turn. All right, so I'm definitely gonna do an attack, but let's see if there's anything else I should do first. Yeah, I'm gonna do an attack here with Jirou. So I'm gonna spend a 3 and then I'm gonna discard a card. A 10 speed to add 1 more attack. And yeah, so Goliath is currently not engaged with me, so it's not distracting me from having to choose train. All right, 1, 2, 3 kicks. So they have 1, and they're gonna get 2 more. So at 18. And then at 2 guards, so I get 2 kick defense tokens. And then with that, I get to resolve the improvised effect of each card I control. I'm going to do the cleaning up attack, dealing direct damage, but I also discard a card to do an additional attack. Train. Wow, okay. 2 criticals. I rolled my other 2 dice. Another critical. So I'll do the guard, which I think it could be anything because I haven't chosen. So I'll do a grapple. And the final roll for that is a hit. So 4 damage total. And I think I won because 18 plus 4 is 22. And they just needed to have that damage. I hope I played right. Gosh. But yeah, if not, please let me know. I'm still learning Street Masters. I'm finding it to be a very, very interesting game. Let me see where the objective was in this. because I needed one more objective out. Okay, it would have come out here, I guess. Uh, yeah, all the objectives would have just all been out at this point. Hmm. Okay. Well, that was my playthrough of Street Masters. Again, this was the Tide of Dragon expansion. Um, and so far so good. I've been enjoying this particular kind of enemy setup so far. I played with Isabella and now Jirou, so I'm gonna try probably another fighter to see how that works out. But I think that's it for now. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you want to see more Street Masters content, let me know. I am still learning, so forgive me for any mistakes, but definitely don't be shy about letting me know about those mistakes so I could make a better video next time. If you want, feel free to like or comment with any of your thoughts about any games you're already playing, solo, co-op, kind of in that phase right now. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.